bottles if you want a bottle feed. So every kid might be a little different. At least this is my personal experience. I don't know if others have experienced this as well. But sometimes babies can be a little picky on which kind of nipple they want. So like they might prefer certain nipples for different bottle brands. So we've usually either done the Phillips or the Dr. Brown, but every child has been different. Most of my kids have liked the Phillips Avent. And then there's another one, there's like Phillips Natural. I don't have any right now, but the nipple's a little different. It's still by the same brand, but my kiddo prefers that right now. So they might just prefer a different brand because the nipples are a little different. So there's Phillips, the big ones are Phillips and Dr. Brown. There's also Tommy Tippy, I've heard is really good. Boone, I think it's Boone, and then just a few others, but those are like the main big ones is the Dr. Browns and the Phillips bottles and Tommy Tippy. So with these, at first we start off with like these little tiny ones. They're so cute, but they're like good for like the newborn stage. So they go up to the 4 ounces. And then this blue thing, it's just like an anti-colic, like it helps get out the extra gas. I guess, I think that's what it is. It helps with the venting to get out like extra gas and air bubbles so that it's gonna help their stomach. They're not gonna be as gassy. So we have these little ones, and then we just switched over. We're at the 3-month mark. My daughter's about 3 months old now, so we just switched over to these bigger ones. So you don't have to have these small ones because, you know, these little ones are still gonna have like the 1, 2, 3, 4 ounces. But we've just had these ever since my firstborn, so we've kept them and used them. But honestly, like, you might have to play around with like different bottles and different nipples if you plan to bottle feed, just to see what baby prefers. I know each kid we had to try different bottles on and then see like what they would take, what they wouldn't. And so also sometimes, if you see here, so it says like number 3 on this side. I don't know if y'all can see that. So there's like levels 0, 1, 2, 3, and I think there's a 4. And so 0 is like the first month, and even at like, there's like a 1, which you're supposed to use at like 1 month old, and then 2 for 2 months old, 3, and then so on. But when we brought my daughter home, that's like the flow rate. So that's like how fast when they're sucking on it, how much they're getting. Like it's a slower flow rate. And as they get older, it's going to become a faster, I believe, wider nipple. I think the nipple becomes wider and bigger so that they can get more out at a time because they can eat at a faster rate. So that was when we brought my daughter home. She was not taking to the, what was it, the 0 month. She was not eating and freaking out, and we were freaking out. And then we finally like switched it over. We just decided switch the nipple. Let's see if it's that. Like she was like refusing all different types of nipples on the bottles and screaming and not eating. And we were panicking. And then we switched it from like a 0 to a 1 that I had ordered, thankfully, lying around. And so we put like the 1, we changed it to the 1 to make the rate quicker. So we changed it to the 1 to make the rate quicker. And she was happy as a clam. Like she was just eating at a faster rate. And this was like right when we brought her home. So, I mean, that's just my experience. It might be different, you know, it's obviously going to be different for everybody. But yeah, that was interesting to know, learning about all these different nipples. And, you know, I have most of mine still packed away because I'm in the process of moving. But all the other brands are packed away because this is the one that my baby currently likes. So we're just staying with this brand. But yeah, these are, you know, if your kiddo's refusing the bottle and, you know, and it's not any other medical issue, it could be just like, it could be something like the shape of the nipple or the type of bottle, because some babies are just picky. Like babies just want what they want, you know? So it could be that. But yeah, if you've had an experience like this, just drop it in the comments